Director in the city. No.
You saved yourself from kamikaze.
Yes, you can. You can make dance with sad like chords on it, but
But
you're
it
right
can be
that the
sad
whole
just
it's
on its
sad
own.
dance.
Ooh,
It's sad dance.
And
This is where
Welcome to the Posties. Welcome to the Posties. Welcome to the Posties. Welcome to the Posties.
Yes.
You already know the vibes. Welcome to the Posties podcast. Another day with me and you. And Timber, how you doing, brother?
Bro, I'm good. Hello. As always, we have to start by saying hello to the Posties family. Thank you
Yes,
guys
sir.
for liking.
Yes, sir.
Thank you guys for commenting, subscribing, being with us on this journey.
Most
Yo,
loyal.
love these guys, bro.
Most loyal.
Love you guys. Please comment everything, guys. It's nice to see you guys yet again. And we're bringing you something special today. We even got keys here on the island for you
It's
guys.
looking different.
It's different. Alex,
looking
please introduce our
different.
guest that brought this energy here today.
Come on, we're talking biggest director in the city. No. We're talking biggest director in the country, he would rather say. You know what I'm saying? We agree, we're in agreement, we're in agreement. He's directing the music, directing life, making the moves, you know what I'm saying? Making them dance. You know what I'm saying? You've seen the face probably. If you haven't, you've heard the music most likely.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't, you've been there and you just didn't clock it.
But now you going to clock, though.
But now we're clocking it. It's 2:30. And my brother truly Bles. How you doing?
What's happening, my boy? You good?
I'm chilling, my brother. I'm
Bro,
chilling.
shout out for pulling up, my bro.
I'm chilling.
It's been a minute.
Yes, sir. It's been a minute, bro.
It's been a minute.
Representing the boys, you know what I'm saying? Representing truly Blessed, representing the high rollers.
That's what's up.
But we finally on this thing, bruh. I can't even say the high rollers are here. Like, truly Blessed is like,
Well,
yeah.
that's true.
like-
But then I am representing the high rollers on this
Yes, sir.
one. So next one,
Yeah,
But
we'll
those
do
ones,
with
you
the
know,
boys.
the high
We'll do
rollers,
with the
man.
boys.
representing the high rollers.
How
then,
you feeling?
Yeah, how are you actually?
Guys, I'm good, man. God is good. I'm onate.
Mhm.
Living life, doing what I love. I'm living my dream.
Mhm.
Not at the biggest scale,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm still living it. A lot of people out here doing 9 to 5, 2 till 9.
Hey,
It's a different story, bro.
hey.
And I love how you started with that love and speaking about like what it means to you, like why you do it. Because I saw this quote the other day, and it was talking about how your soul also needs to get fed, like in life.
Yeah.
So if you like dedicate yourself to something that you believe in and you love and whatever, even if it doesn't give you that monetary value at the beginning,
Yeah.
you have something to keep going. Because the thing of like, you know what, I gotta get up today, play these keys.
Yeah.
Because it gives to me, bro.
Isn't there like an Asian thing about that, like kamikaze or something? Like,
Kamikaze is when they blew themselves up.
oh, crazy.
A kamikaze attack.
I love y'all.
No, but they have this saying, man, about like, yo,
I love
finding
my music.
that thing.
Kamikaze.
Like,
I'm sure there is a thing.
You
I don't
know?
know if it's that word.
no, it's definitely not that word. Like, I'm just being
Yeah.
ignorant.
No, but I get you. I think there's idioms in every kind of community because people have gone on their
Maslow's
stuff.
hierarchy of needs.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
self-actualization. Yo,
Yeah.
The last number
kicks,
one,
it
bro.
kicks. But Bless, bro, what's your thing? What's the part of it that like fulfills you so much? Like you, for those who don't know, like just to specifically and plainly say, Blessing is a musician,
Yeah.
based out of the city of Cape Town, playing all over the country. You know, has played with, you can name them, you know, and like just been controlling the vibes now,
Facts.
you know, and yeah. So what's like part of it, like actually?
Well, let me just
Touches
answer
your soul.
Alex there quickly now.
Mhm.
I haven't played with all of them, but if you name them and I haven't played with them, I'm gonna play with them.
Yes.
Let's put it
Is it make this a little bit higher for you?
Alright, cool. Sorry. Ask me that question again.
Like, what part of the process, what part of doing the thing is the part that like feeds you, that gives you that like that word, like it's not come, yeah, the other word that is actually. I'm gonna find this word. But gives you that feeling.
I mean, if it helps, whenever I do music and I come up with something new, that kamikazes my mind. So I hope that helps you.
Shout out. Appreciate that.
But guys, actually a backstory. I never even liked music at all. I despised music.
Yeah.
How old is this?
We've had this chat.
Guys, yeah, we actually had. And I only started playing music when I was like, 20?
You're lying.
Yeah, I've always liked, no, I never really liked music. Then I got into piano when I was like, 18? But I never really played it. I was just like, it's nice, cool. I loved football. I was pushing football mad.
Yeah,
Back in
pushing
PTA, I was pushing tags, then I went and I played for Glen Regions. Bro, I just did football. And then I did athletics. Then your boy was just running. Back in them times. That's why I asked you. What's your 5K? What's your 5K time, my boy? You know?
On the field, on the track.
Anyway, but yeah, I never liked it, but I won't lie to you. But then I think one day I was at church. Guys, it's the church, eh?
Yeah, it's the church.
I was at church and then the band was playing. But for some reason, whatever chord progression means like when you go from one chord to the next. You know, it kind of like I already knew what was
where they were
going. And I could follow the bass. I'm like, he's gonna go there, and then he goes there. Then I'm like, I feel like they're gonna do this, and they do that. I'm like, whoa. Think like what's going on?
Yeah. Superpowers. I have superpowers.
And then from there, when I turned like 20, I think I moved to Cape Town. 2016, end of 2016, 2017. I kind of just spent like my whole every day from 8 o'clock till 9 o'clock in the evening. I was at the church figuring out what is this thing that I'm in love with.
Crazy.
It's not making sense.
Crazy.
But then, what? So I must say it's God, man. God is the one that kind of just gave me that love for music. Because everything else was just exhausting, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm beating my body for soccer.
You're running.
Then I'm running. Then
It's
I'm
not
getting
feeding
injuries.
you yet, yeah.
I'm doing this, and I'm like, what's going on? But then the moment I step and I'm playing music, bro, hours are going past. And then by the time I'm like, hey, didn't I just start at like 2 o'clock? Why is it 9?
Yeah.
I was like, nah, that doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
That's when I kind of knew that this is for me. And that's basically where like the love of music just stepped in.
Stepped in, yeah.
Bro, that's really taken me aback. One, because I didn't know, but I think me and maybe a lot
of
other
this nigga
people
old, bro.
Yeah. Niggas what?
I'm turning 29.
Old,
but
no facts. Like,
not even on an age thing too, but it's a thing of like, I think you're used to hearing the stories of their relationship with music.
Yeah,
it's lifelong. Yes,
5 years
it's
old, 4
lifelong.
years old. And I'm like,
so jumping on it then, and then actually having like that thing where it's like, yo, I'm gonna show up every single day. I'm gonna learn this thing. I don't know. I'm figuring. First of all, you're figuring it out yourself, which is wild to me. So, what actually was the like impetus for you to do that switch? Where you're like, okay, cool, because like athletics and sport is completely different.
It's completely different. Yeah.
But there's some principles that I'm sure you could translate straight into this one.
And now you're not 13, you're not 15 with
I'm starting on the back foot, bro.
You're 20, bro. Like you probably have school.
I've lived
you
a life.
probably have a span.
Bro, so like what actually would you say besides the love was like, okay, no, I can shift here and I'm going to do it here practically too.
Sure. Okay. So one, I identified early already that I had a talent for it.
Okay.
That's how I picked it up because I was able I can play a song without knowing the chords or anything. So like my first song I learned was Dead Mouse.
I've seen it.
Strobe by Dead Mouse. And then like that song is an electronical song.
Yeah.
Right? But then like I played it on the piano and I'm like without knowing, like just by hearing it, I'm like, this is what I think it is.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, one of the things for me was just like I had a musical ear for it. You know, so and the fact that just when I touched the keys, but like my body felt different. But I'm like, this is not normal.
Teleported.
You know, the fact that I can play this and almost whatever I'm feeling, if my words can't say it, I feel like this. I feel like this. This keyboard is saying it for me. You know? Yeah. That's why Jacob Collier talks about when you play something chord, it brings you colors or it brings emotions.
Yeah, that thing.
That's how I felt. And for me, hence why it wasn't really a big switch because then the fact that I felt different every time I'm in church from like 8 till 9 or whatever, playing and it only felt like only 2 hours in my books. You know, the switch for me wasn't grand. It just naturally flew, and this is how I also know it was a God-given thing for me.
So you're in church, you're listening to the music, and you're like, I can grab this one. You're picking up the bass, and you're like, I can hear him, but then you end up playing the keys. Like, What's that process like?
So here's the
Why
thing.
did you choose the keys? You're
Okay,
20
cool,
also.
cool,
You're old
cool,
enough
cool,
to like
cool,
be
cool.
like, I want to play drums.
Fair,
I want to play guitar.
fair. You know, I can pick up a bass and then I can sing, right?
Yeah.
But then the bass will only give me the bass line.
Fair enough.
You know,
Fair enough.
I can pick up the drums and be like, I'm singing to something like,
I mean,
I'm
Anderson
in
Park.
love with it. And then I was like, but then it's not. It's not translating what I need.
Yeah, fair.
But then when you come to the keys has the bass, has the soprano part, the alto,
a whole
the
universe.
tenor. That's basically you have all 4 part like vocals
Yeah.
for
Literally.
music, you know.
Literally.
And you know, I can tell the piano when I'm going from happy to sad.
Yeah.
It's a feeling.
You know?
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
the E flat major, which is probably something
This
like
year,
this.
this year.
I don't know if it's loud enough. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
something like-
Yeah,
that's major.
That's pretty happy.
No, exactly.
Yeah,
you know?
that's pretty happy.
But now, like, you know, the bass is
Yeah.
E flat, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the bass guitar.
Yeah. That's the bass guitar already in
Yeah.
the situation.
That's happy. But then if I want to go sad, you
Yeah.
know, and I'll do something like this.
Oh man, what happened?
Already,
You know what I mean?
bro.
But then
Why'd you do this to me?
It's a funeral now, bro.
But the bass is still E flat.
Still
Now,
an E
how's
flat
the bass
situation.
supposed to give me that feel, you know?
They can't give you the whole range.
That's a great way to explain it.
But then we can also argue and say, why not play the guitar?
Yeah.
Dog, the guitar just lost me completely, dog.
Really?
Because like when I play keys, right? You know, you have to make a chord. To make a chord, you
We're
have
good.
like 1, 3, 5, right? That's a major chord.
Yeah.
To make a minor chord, you flat the 3. That's just music for me.
Yeah.
Flat the 3,
Throw it up there.
right? On the guitar, bro, you have the C major. And then when you like flat the 3, bro, there's no flat 3. To change to major to minor, you
How do you go minor?
somewhere else, you know? I'm like, I'm not trying to.
So it's not even just. It's just like I got to find this whole new,
I need to find this
whole new way of chord, whatever. That's crazy. Fair enough.
I didn't like that. I felt like the keys just did it for me.
Fair enough. I do love the keys. The keys are very interpolatable.
They are.
So nice.
Yeah.
You saved yourself from kamikaze.
I found the word by the way.
What is
Ikigai.
Ikigai.
Yeah,
I don't know. We need to check.
No.
I believe. I do
I found the word. Where is it? Ikigai. The concept encapsulates the idea of finding meaning and purpose in life, often described as doing what you love. You know what I'm saying?
That journey to enlightenment.
Yeah.
But what I want to actually think on there, because it was beautiful how you actually put that analogy together. But I want to touch a little bit on teamwork, bro.
Yeah.
Because you've seen how it works when there's 11 of us on a field, or we're running here, we're running track, and like, I have to run here and pass the baton to the next person. There's different team elements. But now seeing it in music and with a band, and we can chat to like your experience with the High Rollers and other bands too. Did you see certain characteristics that are the same, and what wouldn't work in one place that might work in the other?
Sure. So first of all, we need to understand that we're working with people. You know, and everybody's got different emotions, different feels. They prefer being not handled, but just like, you know, tolerated or.
Everyone's got their own
I'm going to say handled. I'm going to handle in a different way.
Some people are blonde.
You know, I was that guy.
I
I have blonde hair, by the way, just saying.
Yeah.
Check the gram. Still a couple of.
Some of them will recognize it and be like, I know this guy. Someone came up to me and was like, bro, I know that guy.
Yeah, facts.
Wasn't he blonde?
But then back to the question, bro. So especially, I've realized that music shouldn't just be a thing where people just come together and start playing. You know, yes, it can be. It normally starts like that.
But results,
but for you to get results, you need relationship. You know, you need relationship. I mean, yeah, even in a company, you know, like you get people and they can just do work because then you're paying them. You know, but at some point, if you don't have a good relationship with your people, you lose the people.
Okay.
You know,
1,000%.
Yeah. So for me, so once I have a relationship, I get to understand how the person works, how they operate. And then from there, I'm able to, you know, not diagnose, but like just be like, okay, cool. I know how to talk to this person when I need this from them and that, you know. So especially like with the High Rollers, it just so happened that in 2020, or was it 2019, I met Alton and Charlton. So they're brothers, drum and bass. You know, so together already, that already has a lock.
The drum and bass brothers is hilarious.
You know,
DNB.
You know, so already that's already a lock. And then they brothers in general, like they blood brothers. So then they know how they operate together and how they communicate or whatever. So when I stepped into their into their almost like atmosphere or just their surroundings. I got to understand how they are and ABCD. So then, that kind of worked. And then the next year I meet Keenan. I'm like, okay, cool. Then Keenan is this kind of person. Then in my mind, I'm thinking, well, Keenan kind of work with these two guys I got. I'm like, actually, they would, because these guys are chill. They, conversation good. Keenan talks a lot. We kind of need that. Let's bring it together. So
Nice.
for me, it was just a thing of you kind of first need to understand.
Nice.
First of all, everybody needs to be there for the same reason, which is music. Yeah. And the other things that relationship, and those two, like you just, you kind of make it work. So for me, that's how everything works for me, relationship first. Not relationship. First, you got to be talented. If you're not, then it's like I'm teaching you, which is fine. I'll give you a card and be like, come to my classes,
But when we're here at work though,
Yeah.
there's a level we have to be
When you're here to
So
work,
I say,
we're here to work.
that just the relationship first. Anything, something successful needs to be built on relationship.
I love that.
That's what I believe.
No,
People,
I agree with that.
And then from there, just passion. Everybody. I realized everybody needs to have passion, but then also you also need to understand not everything works for everybody. Some people just want to play and just want to
And they
mess
get the
around.
passion from that. Yeah.
True. And some people are just like,
Passion doesn't look the same in everybody. Yeah.
not really. And this also speaks about it. Like when you look at outside the music, because also passion just isn't just when you're playing. It's kind of like what you do behind
How you live your life. Yeah, it's how you
So
live your
hence
life.
why every time when we perform as the high rollers, people are always like, y'all are, there's life, y'all are smiling.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
This is also the work we put behind the scenes. This is like our own spiritual journey with God and how we treat other people and how we want to be treated and how we treat the music and what we want to flow out of the music. And essentially, this is what comes out.
Great fact.
I don't know if I answered your question, but
No,
Perfectly.
100%.
Perfect.
The essay is here's 100%. So interesting. I want to know now, like from this like sort of bird's eye perspective that you've developed, do you think that like each instrument has its sort of personality and like type of person who would be more like adept at one thing than another?
Wait, what do you mean adapted one to the other?
So like, because I'm talkative and I'm the ladies' man, I'm on the guitar, the lead guitar.
I thought you were going to say flute, bro.
Hey, the triangle niggas. Those
What are those niggas like, bro?
doing scary y'all. Scary y'all, but because the thing is they're not always there, but they're there at the perfect
They're
time.
there when you need
You
them.
know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you didn't know you needed it. And it's like, ding.
That's the triangle nigga. But yeah, what do you think?
So actually, you mind ask this question in so many different ways, dog.
I know, bro. It's a conversation, bro.
One more time.
Yeah, run it back.
One more
for the
time.
table, run it back.
So you play keys and you say, okay, I'm cool, calm, collected. I play drums and I'm like, I'm the funny guy, like to dance and move around. I play bass, I'm the quiet, calm guy. Is that how it works?
No.
Like you don't think personalities go along with the instruments?
Absolutely. I don't think so, because if you look at my band, right, when you look at Keenan, Keenan is like literally probably like one of the chillest guys too.
Yeah.
He's super calm. But then he's like, when we play,
He's
is out there.
Beyonce.
He is.
Bro, those solos, I'm like,
Beyonce is...
Yeah.
He's literally out there. And then when you get Charlie's also normally quiet.
Yeah.
But then when he hits the bass, he's alive.
Saucing it,
Everybody
bro.
grew.
Come on, Charlie, let's go. I've been planting diamonds on the road. You deserve them all, not just the
So initially, I don't think it's your personality fits the instrument.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think that. Like if you think about me, I don't know. What do you guys actually think about me when I play? Let me go.
Get you in the summer.
The way I was going to take it actually answers this question a bit. There was a time you played at Armchair.
Sure.
And we spoke between your sets, and you were talking about how it's an essential part of the performance to, one, because you love it, but also to engage with the crowd. Even if I'm in keys, I'm in the back, and you guys may have been here just for the person that's the lead vocalist right now. I'm a part of this too.
Yeah.
And I can raise that level up, not just for me and the
You're
crowd
not
there.
always going to be looking at the lead vocalist.
Exactly. And then if we're all up right now, which lends into your personality, where I see it coming through when you perform, is it's the vibrance, the passion. That's what comes through. And that's even aside from the talent.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the thing of like, I could have my eyes closed and have blessings there, and then I open them, bro, and it takes it to another level. Yeah. Because I have to enjoy now.
Yeah.
One, because the music's amazing, but two, because he's also having a fucking amazing time.
His frequency that he's giving off is also like, that's up. That's up.
Bro.
Yeah. I'd say holistic, you know, and it's sort of the same thing that Temba said, where it's the same character that you see in life, like how you explained it earlier, translates to how you're playing, translates to the energy, like, and it's not that, oh no, because I'm sad now, the set's gonna now have a low-key negative vibe.
Not at all.
It's more of a, because I'm sad now, I'm aware of myself, and like, I want to give off this energy. I want to
channel that now.
I want to have this conversation when I'm up there, this specific conversation, and not just this like feeling that I'm randomly having today for one reason or another. So I'd say holistic in that like you see things in a very like holistic way that allows you to make better decisions and better output.
Yeah. So I mean, at the end of the day, sure, you guys actually say that so beautifully. Damn it.
Yeah,
and
we're not just roasting you all the time.
There's a professional poet on my
Actually,
podcast.
Guys always roast me.
There's a professional poet on my
Roast
podcast.
me, and I don't know. Even when I had the
roast
blonde
the
days,
ones
they
we
were
love.
like, "Oh, shut man, you know, give us some wise words."
We roast the ones we love. We roast the
But
ones
at the
we
end of
love.
the day, that's literally what it is. I don't think you need to like who you are doesn't necessarily mean the type of instrument you need to play.
Yeah.
So that's basically the thing. To whatever resonates with you, to whatever you're loving at that moment, whatever instrument you like, and if you feel like this is for me,
This is the one.
then it's for you. You know, I felt like piano was for me because in piano I just spoke about me as blessing as a whole. Because I'm vibrant, I'm lively, I love to engage. I don't like to engage sometimes. Sometimes I'm out there. Exactly. And it speaks about it. Yeah, some instruments, I mean, even guitar has it, you know, the bass has it too. But for me,
it's a different type though. It's a different instrument at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And it communicates what you are trying to communicate.
Facts. Facts. I don't think the guitar will do it for me.
As a drummer, I could just be here. You know, you get what I'm trying to say.
Like, how do you communicate? Okay, this is obviously away from what you guys are asking. But how do you communicate?
You're gonna stop beef with drummers, You're gonna stop beef with drummers. The drummers are gonna come at you.
Like, if you have an issue, it's your problem.
You hit my line. He said,
Stop. I said it. Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's like, how do you communicate sadness on the drums?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, that's what the drummer would say.
Do it again. Like, put it in the loop. Okay.
See, now, that's not the drum that I'm playing, though.
No.
That's not the drum that I'm playing.
That's
though.
where you can take the vibe.
I'm
do that if you're on a sad thing,
You know, so now we put that, like, how
Yes,
do
you can. You can make dance with sad, like, chords on it. But
it
you're
can be
right,
sad just on its
sad
own.
Dance. It's sad dance.
And this is where again, where we talk about music
guys.
in general, is not just when you play the instrument.
It's not
because now you as a drummer, right? When you're playing that groove can be seen as anything. But then now when I'm covering you, when you're playing, the emotions that you bring out when you, it's like your body language just drops and the whole band just, we're sitting and we just,
in that pocket.
And the girl is singing. You even drop a tear. That's already, you know what I mean? That's communicating where something sad is going on.
And everyone knows it, bro.
That's why, you know what I mean?
The whole band is even crying at the song, bro.
Yeah, but my mind, bro.
That's why, you know, if we're just talking about anything right now, like hence why I tell the guys when we perform, it's a thing of, like, we're not just there to play music. Because if that was the case, then we couldn't just be advertising on Instagram. Just guys go to Spotify and listen to this track.
Yeah.
Same thing.
They ask you to pull up to be like, okay, cool. I've heard the song and I know, what your sounds like, but now I want to know how you do it live.
Yeah.
Like, who are you?
Yeah.
You need to speak about the emotion that's behind the song when you play.
Yeah. And we definitely agree with that. Because even when I was playing with you guys, I was like, and this is what I've always told you, and I tell everyone I work with, the reason you're here is because I like you. You got something with this relationship that you have with your thing, with your instrument, with your beats if you're a producer, with the stuff you make if you're a filmmaker. You have a personal relationship that's resulted in this holistic product that we see now. And it's like, the reason that you're here is not for you to come and use this tool.
It's for you to be you.
You know, it's not just, it's an extension of you right now. So you here. And thank God you brought the keyboard. You know? Because even if you didn't, then I need us to be able to then contextualize.
No, true. Like this makes sense. Like everywhere I go, even my baby, okay, not all the time, you know, can't go on a date with it, but
hey, that date might bang, bro.
See,
if I could.
Signal Hill,
Guys,
summer,
battery
pack, bro, inverter situation. Baby, it's just me and you.
That's why you carry the small one with you, know? Just in case you need to be serenading Mama Zap.
Tapped in, bro.
You know what I mean? Really, dog. You know, if you can't carry the big one, you carry the small one.
Is that battery powered?
My boy.
Bro, but I like where you were taking it with regards to how you guys have worked together. And I want to actually touch on a little bit of the relationship you can have with different vocalists now. Because that's a different kind of marriage or dance that changes every single time with a certain person, whether it's with Alex, whether it's with Luukhanyo, whether it's with Salz. How do you navigate that in that first rehearsal?
Oof. So the first rehearsal is normally like the pilot. You know, we just I get to see who the person is and what they do. You know, but then before
the band isn't even there.
But then before we go into studio or like before we go into rehearsal or anything, I always try to get to know the person first. You know, and that's just me because I also know that if the person I'm working with, if they're Monati, then I know the boys are going to be sharp. You know, and if this person's not, then I'll just be like, it was good to meet you. You can keep the racks. But, you know, like, even just like, we just want peace, you know? But, so first rehearsal is always the pilot. You get to see how the person is, what they're singing, how they're singing, where work is needed. Hence why, you know, that's what I do. But then from then, I mean, if I look at Alex and I just have to think about how far he's come or just the relationship that we've had.
Yeah. Tell him about it. You know the vibes.
I remember that beer hall performance. I wasn't prepared for that one. Remember when there was the two of you?
Yeah, just the two of us.
Dude, like, and I think I have this problem where I need to, I have to change something. But like, whenever I see any of my guys perform, you guys are good, bro. Like, I don't, like, it's not a struggle to be here. And you guys also always do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love that, bro. But yeah, please.
Yeah, it's manyoras.
It's a podcast.
Fair. So, I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but then the artist is always going to be the, you know,
your guys' relationship.
Yeah. So, I mean, when I realized where Alex comes from, or just, you know, I was just like, you know, Alex is just too smooth. And I'm like, I love it, you know, but then carve your crowd. What, like, you know, like you can go anywhere and still be like, this is me and this is who I am, you know, but then now like the crowd needs to receive it the same way. And that's one thing I've learned about Alex. He's learned to adapt his way of engaging the crowd via who, you know, so it's like, this is my music true, but then I'm sussing the crowd. Okay, sharp.
Yeah, where we at, how they feeling.
This is how it needs to be. And then Alex kind of like adapts to that. But that was just a side thing. But then first rehearsals, you get to know how the people are. And then from then, because I also study music, I got also like a degree in teaching music. So now it's a thing of, okay, cool. I understand what you're trying to do.
Yo, fuck musically. Football, man. We didn't need that.
Yeah. I understand what you're trying to do musically. Yeah. So this is what you're doing and this is where your music is going. So now technically it's either we take the two and we make something completely new and different and this is how it's going to sound, or we need to then say, this is where the music is going. Marawana, you're going left. So we need to bring you back to right. And this is what I'm going to help you with. This is what, you know, and this is how that relationship again comes in, because in a lot of people, you can tell them that and they'll be like, who do you think you are?
How dare you?
I have a vision of how I want things to go, you know?
I make the best vibes ever. You trying to tell me that I can't put a C over E? What are you trying to say, bro?
The reason why you got me is because I can tell you can't put a C over E when it doesn't work.
Exactly.
Those are roles, aren't they?
Exactly.
You know? That's why you got the boy. But then that's why you also get the band, because in the band, you know, we take your music and we give you something different.
Yeah.
We still keep the foundation of it.
Yeah.
We just build a new cake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Around that.
Yeah.
So yeah, relationship, getting to know the person the first rehearsal, and after that, then I just take it from there. Right. And I just, you know, people are different, so you also need to meet them where they are.
Do you think that as a musician, it's important to be a part of a band? Like, do I have to be a part of a band? Do I have to find 4 other niggas who play instruments?
For performance?
It's for life.
Oh, look, think about it like this. If you can play everything on your own, Of course, it's permissible. You can do it, you know. But then, do I say it's a good thing? No, I don't think so. Because in life, in general, you can't do anything on
Can't
your
do
own.
anything alone.
Yeah. Even when you had to learn how to play that instrument, yeah, you learned it, but then somehow you went on YouTube and you still found someone teaching you.
Yeah.
You didn't do it on your own.
Yeah.
You know?
Self-studied ain't really self-studied, my nigga. You are on
Exactly my
YouTube.
point,
Yeah.
you know? Somehow you're like, God help me. You still asking God for krach, dog.
Hey, man.
You know? And then your mom is still bringing you some chow here and there to be like energy for you.
Sustenance.
You know what I mean?
Everything's a team.
So, but then you do,
Yeah.
as a musician, you do, because there'll be some places that will require you to have a band.
The setup, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Unless, I don't know, if you build your brand so much, it's like, it doesn't need a
power.
band. But you're going to need it. Like, even like when I thought Black Coffee at the Jazz Fest.
Yeah.
He's a DJ, much, you know?
Yeah.
He's he. But then he had like a whole...
Like orchestra.
It changed the experience.
Yeah.
You know?
To create this situation.
Somewhere, somehow, people are going to want something different.
Bands are beautiful for creating. I'm not gonna lie. Like
It adds
just
a level to it, bro.
a team of people for creating who are like invested for one goal.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
I love that. Which leads me to another question. It's like, so I play the bass guitar now. What's my goal? What am I aiming for? How does it look like when I say I've made it as a bass guitarist?
You know, the moment you say you've made it, you've lost the plot.
Child then.
You've lost the plot.
Yeah.
Because then you can just somehow stop playing.
I know that's deep, bro.
Oh, yeah.
That's mad deep, man. Like what you said about the universe and stars.
As always, Alex is very right about that. But another thing we're all right about is the last segment of the show.
Yes, sir.
Which is Top 5.
Top 5.
Top 5. Alex, tell me what
Why
it
did
is.
we have keys for that one?
What do you mean?
Top 5.
Top 5.
Top 5.
Top 5. Top 5.
Top 5.
Am I supposed to find you guys?
Yeah, let's make a top 5 banger.
People
Let's make
pay
a
me
top 5
racks for
banger.
this thing, bro.
Okay.
Please,
It's
sir.
clear.
Please, sir.
It's clear on the part 2, different things will be happening, bro. But Alex, tell him what it is.
Top 5 segment of the show where Timber and I are going to give you categories.
Okay.
And in those categories, you'll pick 5 things that make the top 5
Okay.
of the category.
Cool. I hope I can do justice to the thing. Eh?
Nah, I'm sure you will.
Can I
bro.
start?
Go ahead.
Top 5 favorite chord progressions. Let's hear them.
Top 5 favorite chord progressions.
Yeah.
Does it have to be 5 chord progressions or just any?
I mean, they need like, at the end of the day, they need to be 5.
5. Okay,
Like-
cool. So one of them will be the 4, 5,
4, 1,
6.
3, 2.
Nah, this one's called the 4, 5, 6.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
We'll shine in the key of C major.
Uh-huh.
So 4, 5, 6 is 4.
4. Young and restless.
You know? Nah, just 4, 5, 6, you know? And then the other one is the basic. Actually, that should
That's
be
the-
my
that's the-
second
the
one.
young
That should
and
be the
restless
second one.
Okay.
But the first one is called as a 2-5-1, which is what
Okay.
jazz is kind of built on.
Yeah,
2-5-1. You know?
2-5-1.
In the KFC, you have the 2. You know? You know? Yeah, so 2 chord, 2, 5. One, I didn't jazz it up, but then, you know, that's that. And then the other one could possibly also be like you get the how I finish a song.
Okay,
You know,
jazz
so when we go-
that up. Let's hear.
So let's go with
Super jazzy. Super jazz. Super jazz. Super jazz.
normally you want to go to the 1, right?
Yeah.
That's the 1. But if
But
I
where
go
you
back to
go?
the 5, finish at the 4. Minor 4, and then we kill it back into the 1.
Scores. Just give me
You know what I mean?
scores.
The show's over now. That's what he said.
That's scores.
Yeah,
Take
so,
it or leave it.
so then that's 1, and then the other one. How many did I give you guys? 3 already.
Yeah, 3.
The other one is normally when you go from the 5, from the 4 chord to the 5, and to finish at the 1, right? That's
Okay. Classic, classic.
classic cadence. So normally what I do, I'll go, then I'll clamp it.
Yeah, I get it. Okay, you build up the energy. That's very churchy as well.
Leave them happy, bro.
You know?
Yeah, nice
That's
one.
literally the other one. And the other chord could just, I mean, like you get your 1, 3, 5. So you get 1, 3, 4. No, come with me to from paradise. You know what I'm saying?
Come with me.
You know I think. Yeah, that's how it goes. And then,
That's a crazy one to have as your number 1, eh?
Shit is bad. You know?
Hey.
We need the money, you know what I mean?
Come with me to paradise. Come with me.
You know?
Nice one.
I hope I give you guys top 5 chord progression.
Yeah.
I won't lie.
It's probably not my top 5, but it's like the ones I could like kind of grab
on the spot.
That's probably the best top 5 we had on Posties. I won't lie. I won't lie. We've been doing this for a little bit of time now. The Posties 5, you know,
top 5.
that was the best one. That was
real
the
top
best
5.
one, bro. Blessing, I'm gonna take you a little bit left, bro.
All right.
So for my top 5, right? I need you to give me your top 5 most important positions on a football field and what instrument is similar to them.
That's a good one.
Nah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
That's a good one.
Did you see this guy asked you to play, bro? I had to do a lot. He said fighting words from Jam, bro. I had to ask a double-ended question. Where it says
He's
refer
gonna
to
play
A.
top 5. He's like, I would get him.
I had to fight.
This one.
We're getting into that top 5, bro.
Wait, top 5. Okay, cool. So then, the goalkeeper, defender, midfielder, striker, and then of course I'm gonna say the manager, right? So then the goalkeeper will be Popsy, the drummer, because you know he can save. He's catching. You know what I mean?
And he's got a lot to deal with here.
He does. He does. You know. But then that's where it starts. You know. And then after that, because they're brothers, he distributes it to Charlie.
Yeah, bass.
Charlie's my bass.
Drum and bass
you know?
boys.
He keeps it. You know. And then from there, we're moving on to the midfielder. You know, and this person needs to know the role of the striker, the midfield, the defenders.
You got to see the whole field in your
exactly.
head.
I got to club the whole thing. Essentially, this is known as the engine. You know what I mean? Also has the same mind as the manager. You know. So that will be me. Literally, what you call the.
He bigged them up and then said, "It's mine."
That's mine.
I got
big
you,
ass boy, big ass
And you saw the
director.
keys, guys. Man deserves it.
And also because the boys trust me, you know what I mean? And then that's the other thing. And then when you call upon a striker, you know when you're giving a through ball.
Yeah.
And you have Mbappe just.
And you know he's gonna score.
That's Kini. Kini Weenie.
Just running to the
He just,
front.
when you like Keenan, you ready? I'm like, solo.
Yeah. Mbappe.
Goals.
And then plus
real.
he does it with his eyes closed. That's
real.
even top G's, bro.
real.
Those are like those guys that do back those.
Yeah, bicycle kicks.
Yeah, so that's him. And then obviously the manager would be like Z, who kind of just like, okay, this is what we have, and then this is what I need, so we can progress and make things work.
That's beautiful, man. I like that answer.
Those two top 5s, very nice.
Yeah.
I'm very, very happy on that one.
Sure.
And the thing that also keeps me happy is that, bro, thank you for putting up on the Posties podcast of your first appearance.
My broski,
of very
not
many
the last.
broski.
We'll have the boys up on this thing as well.
we need to have the
You know
boys
what I'm
on
saying?
this.
Everything will be happening, and as always, things that happen. I want to say shout out to the lady in red in the corner there.
Come on.
I want to say shout out to the other lady
In red, in blue? blue?
It's a baby blue.
It's a baby blue.
It's a baby blue.
It's a baby blue.
Outside, guys, entourage gang. You know what's happening this side, bro. As always, I want to say shout out to my partner in crime, Lexi,
Yes,
bro, and the most important people.
Do you have a promo? Do you have a promo? Do you want to
Yeah,
promote
you want to
something?
plug something?
Promo. Okay,
Wanna plug?
cool. Listen, everybody. Like we've been playing for a very long time. Yeah. And people are like, we love you, we love you guys. At the High Rollers. Instagram. At the HII Rollers. You can't miss it. And then from there you'll find each and all of us
High
individually. And that's it.
Yes, sir.
Follow us, be with us.
Question.
and that's how we go. Yeah. We do, and we have a rate card, and I will send it to you ASAP.
You just saw how it works.
Business.
You just saw how it
You
works.
see, guys, business.
You know?
Yo, thank you.
I love
And
it.
I think, lastly, shout out to the Posties family. Thank you
sir.
for liking, commenting, subscribing, being with us on the journey. Now we got you guys playing keys on the podcast.
I mean,
Who else is doing this, guys?
You don't know. You're not going to see this
They
one.
don't understand.
But before I finish, a big shout out to the rest of the boys, which is Charlie, Alton, and Keys.
Yeah.
Couldn't be here. But then, follow the band and you'll basically follow
Yeah, also
us.
from my side, shout out the band, shout out the boys. We did a good one at Kaya.
Did.
Last week.
Yeah.
Crazy. Living the midst, living in America. I thought we would make it, but I guess I know. Only thing we make is a free show.
No, fight for the next one. No. Hey, yo, we'll see you guys at Camel Live, 27th of June.
Yes, sir.
You're going to be seeing all the boys performing there. We said
Yes,
we're going to take the
sir.
Cape Town one.
Come
Even
through.
bigger than Joburg, guys.
27th
And as
June.
always, the journey continues.
Yes, sir.
Yay! Dunk on my bro. Dunk on my... I told you it was going to be a fire.
Yeah.
We fought, but it was a fire.
I'm dead.